right, we're going to get started here. We are now joined by UNLV head coach Lindy LaRocque and student athletes Desiree Young and Kiara Jackson. We will start with an opening statement from Coach LaRocque, followed by questions first in the room and then on Zoom for the student athletes, followed then by questions for the head coach. Coach, go ahead and get us started.
Okay. Good afternoon. Hello? Obviously, we're very excited to be here. We got here the other day. What is today, Friday? We got here the other day, so we're excited. We got Desi and Kiera here with me, but our team is thrilled to be playing in the NCAA tournament. Just what a great accomplishment that is in itself. But we've been here before, so we're eager to stay determined to win this first game. So against a very good Creighton team that we've studied really diligently the last couple of days, trying to absorb a lot of information in a little bit at a time. But our team's going to be ready to play. So
we're going to open up for questions in the room for the student athletes.
Alex Wright, Review Journal. For both Desi and Kiara, just how does this tournament feel different maybe from the previous years now that you guys are here and, kind of the expectation being to win a game?
Me and Kiara have been here before, so I don't think it really feels that much different for the both of us. But I know most of our teammates are very excited, especially the freshmen and those who haven't been in the NCAA tournament before. But, we want to come out and piggybacking off what Lindy said, we want to win, and Creighton's a really hard team to beat.
Yeah, like Desi said, I don't think it's really any different. We have some experience being here for the third time, so I just think we're going to try to do what we do and come out here and win. And
then with all that this group has accomplished, just how big would winning an NCAA tournament game be for a program that hasn't done it since 1991?
It would be huge. Especially because, like you said, 1991 was a long time ago, so being here in 2024, it would be great to have this NCAA win.
Yeah, piggyback off what Desi said, it would be huge. It'd be amazing to get this first win as a team and get Coach Lindy her first NCAA win as a coach.
Third row.
Joe Reedy, AP, for both players and also Lindy. Were you shocked when the bracket came out and you found that you were matched up with Creighton, considering both teams are ranked in the top 25 and it's rare to see a first-round matchup with top 25 teams?
I didn't really know a lot about Creighton. I didn't know who we were going to get matched up with. So, I wasn't surprised. I was more so happy to be back in LA and stay West Coast.
We were all surprised. I remember seeing our name pop up there. My side was surprised. Whoever was sitting next to me, we were all surprised. We didn't expect our name to be called up at that time. But, we're happy and we're excited to be playing in LA.
We're happy to be playing. I think the anticipation of finding out your seed and who your matchup is, we don't have a say in that. So surprised, not by, because it's a top 25 matchup. Again, I didn't watch them a ton during the year, but I know they're very good, and they're very well coached. And so, we got to work right away. So we're excited for the matchup.
Far side, second row.
And Desi, you have a chance to win 2 tournament games out here in Los Angeles where some of your roots are. What are your thoughts about playing a tournament game over here in LA?
I'm just excited for the turnout and, for our fans to come and be able to support us. A lot of our family will be here and, a few of our teammates are from California, so we should have a nice big crowd. We're all excited to be playing in front of our team, but to just also be playing, in the NCAA again.
Any more questions for the student athletes? Front row.
Desi, just what have you guys been up to for the last couple of days? You got out here pretty early. Just what is that like having such a long build up here?
I mean, you know, we got to get a feel for the weather and things. I mean, it's been nice to be in LA. We practiced yesterday at LMU, so you know, we've just been putting in the work and you know, doing our daily routines that we normally do.
And then slight variation on the earlier question. How does a game like this, building up to it, how does it feel different from like a regular season game, just from your perspective?
I mean, you lose, you go home. You win, you continue to go. I mean, that's probably the only difference. I mean, in conference, you get to keep playing teams, and you play teams multiple, and you know who you're playing. We don't really know too much about Creighton, but we have faced some of their motion this year, so they're not kind of a team we don't know. We just never played against them. I think that's most likely the hardest part of going to the NCAA.
Does it make any difference for either of you, just you know your attitude or what you're feeling leading up to the game, as opposed to a regular season game?
I mean, we just got to play hard. I mean, that's like our whole mindset, and you know, take this as a championship game. We've harped on that all year, so that's just what we got to do. Are your emotions any different than you know a Tuesday night game in January? Just how does this game feel to you, Kiara, leading up to it?
I mean, obviously it's a big game. I mean, like Desi said, win or go home. So, I mean, I'm just excited to play, and I can't wait to see how our team comes out.
Any more questions for the student athletes? We're going to open it up to questions for Coach. Third row.
Lindy, since you played at Stanford, any special memories being back in this building?
Yeah, I've played a number of games here. I've coached a number of games here. I haven't been back to Pauley for probably 3 or 4 years. 4 for sure. Obviously, I've been head coach at UNLV so 4 or 5 years. But it's just an awesome venue. I've won here, I've lost here, so I don't know if any one game in particular sticks out, but you know, it's great to be back in LA, and once you kind of get out on the court, then you know, it's just a great basketball venue.
Second row.
What have you learned about Creighton? What do you guys need to do well against them, a team that you know has a lot of experience, just like you guys?
Yeah, I think it's their third tournament in a row. Very veteran team. They start 5 seniors. Coach Flannery's been there 22 years. He's like knows what he's doing for sure. I really respect and admire him. You know, they're very offensively potent. All of their players can shoot the 3. They really space the floor. They kind of play a 5-out offense. You know, so we're gonna have our work cut out for us defensively. Offensively, again, just they know each other so well. They're really good at covering for each other. If they want to double or you know, if they get beat somewhere, they do a great job of recovering. Just because when I watch them, sometimes I'm like they're all thinking for each other. You know, they just have great connections. So just a really solid, very good team. You know, that obviously is very deserving to be here, and you know, I think they're hungry for a win too. So we've got to bring it.
And I asked them this, but just how big would a win be for this program? Would it be kind of like a special type of validation in its own way for everything that you put in and your staff have been building?
Yeah, you know, this group, these 2 in particular, and kind of their classmates and teammates, we've broken you know, kind of a lot of records, so to say, or you know, have done a lot of things in the last couple of years that haven't been done in 20 years, and this and that. 1991, I was 2 years old. You know, the last tournament game victory for UNLV, so they're laughing, and I'm not that old, all right. But you know, it would be big, you know, just for our program to continue to take the next step. I think we've made great strides in the last couple of years, and we're continuing to build on that. And this is the next step of the ladder. You know, we're not, you know, at the pinnacle or where we want to be at the, you know, when it's all said and done. But the next step is to win a game in the tournament, and I think we're more prepared now than we've ever been.
We're going to go first row in the middle and then second row in the middle.
Nice haircut, Alex.
Lindy, from a situation like this, you're on the road for 3 days before
Yeah.
the game. As a coach, what are you doing to keep your team focused? Like, what are you doing to fill up their days? Just what has this half a week been like for you?
Your hair is nice too, Mike. We got here pretty early, Wednesday night, so it kind of has felt like a long time just getting here in front of you guys and kind of officially starting some of this March Madness hoopla of the, seeing the cool logos and getting to the actual venue and stuff. But I think part of it is just enjoying the experience. So we were at a great hotel. Again, it's great to be in LA. So obviously we're keeping them fed. We are in school, so making sure we've getting some study hall hours in and they're staying on top of their schoolwork. Then giving them time to kind of just explore around and enjoy, being around each other. The men's game started the other day, so we've had those playing in our team room. So it's a combination of being relaxed, keeping some of our same routines, enjoying the experience, and really prepping for our opponent. Treating this like we don't want this to be our last game, so we're giving it everything that we've got.
And are you a big pregame speech giver? Like, do you deliver some remarks to your team, like on the floor before they go out, or the night before, or what's your approach to that?
You should have asked them that, I guess. My halftime speeches are probably more memorable than my pregame ones, maybe. No, I mean, I'd like to think I motivate them, sure, and remind them of who they are and what we can do before the game. I'm not a total storyteller and bring out some old things, but I think I don't even mind telling you guys my message in a little bit for kind of some of the questions that you're asking them. We have to play the game. We're not playing this moment. We just have to play the game. And to be honest, that's going to be my message before the game tomorrow. It's another game. It's a big game, sure, but we don't have to do anything that we haven't done all year long. We have to play hard. We have to play together. We have to fight for and with each other. And the moment piece of it will take care of itself. Spoiler, don't tell your teammates, all right?
You've talked about players in different roles this year, obviously, but can you just, the characteristics of this team, what's different about this team than the previous two that got this far?
I think a combination of experience. We've got some players in some different roles that have experience. Kiera's up here. She was here the last 2 years. And she has 2 tournament games under her belt, So I think it's a more veteran group. Obviously, the older they get, the more, hopefully, the wiser they get. And we're not surprised by, getting caught off guard with things, Even I think last year in Baton Rouge, it was our second time, but still, that was a lot of travel and different things. I felt like we were still kind of going through things the first time, So now we've traveled far, we've traveled close, we've played, a familiar opponent, we've played an opponent we've never known, all in the last 2 years. So this year we've kind of got a combination of a little bit of everything we experienced over the last 2. So, we're pretty comfortable, not in a bad way, but that we know we belong and we want to keep playing.
Any more questions for Coach of the student athletes? Second row, far side.
Coach, Crane's a very good three-point shooting team. They average roughly 9 3-pointers per each game. How much emphasis is there to limit good looks from them from beyond the arc?
Yeah, I mean, they're such a good three-point shooting team. We're not going to hold them to 0 attempts. That's not going to be our recipe for success. Because then I think they can just beat you in a number of other ways. So we want to make some of their looks tough. But if they make a couple, we're not going to totally panic or change our game plan. They are a very good three-point shooting. They shoot a lot though too. and they're efficient there. So it's not like that's a huge piece of who they are. But I think more than anything, I don't want to give up layups, because if you get way too spread out, then they can make layups easier than they make 3-pointers too.
Any more questions? Thank you, and good luck in your game against Creighton.
All right, thanks guys. Good to see you. Ed, hey, yeah. You made it?
The UNLV locker room will remain open until 2:40. We will have escorts escorting you all
Sorry,
over there.
next time.